This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 24. Hello and welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. I am Pint Size Geisha and I have Black Label.
Hello.
And No Esley.
No,
she's out of town.
Yeah, I think they're doing the Bachelorette thing in Oregon.
Yes, I believe so too. So, today's episode is...
I kind of like the whole true story, well, the crime stuff.
True crime?
True crime, sorry.
True crime?
True crime or mystery things, and I figured...
Tis the season.
We do a lot of gaming stuff, so I'm just switching it up a little bit. So we're going to talk about the vanished pianist, Adrian Blackwell's mysterious disappearance.
I don't think I've heard of this one.
Okay. So, I'll give you a quick introduction. Have you ever had a piece of music that give you chills or leave you feeling like you're not alone? Have you ever listened to any type of music like that?
Say that again?
Have you ever had a piece of music that gives you chills or it leaves you thinking that there's somebody around you or...
Not really.
No? Okay. What's the spookiest place you've ever been to?
I don't know.
No?
Maybe I haven't gone to a lot of haunted places. Maybe that one...
The
Pitcock Mansion.
In Oregon?
In Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it was a little spooky, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to talk about the chilling disappearance of Adrian Blackwell, a renowned pianist known for hauntingly beautiful compositions that seem to touch the supernatural. Described her her fame in the world was I'm going to describe her fame in the world. It was pretty good. And then she had an abrupt disappearance during her final concert in 1933, leaving fans and authorities mystified for nearly a century. So she had a legendary performance. Okay. Her last performance was at the abandoned Blackwell Manor, a Gothic mansion filled with rumors of ghostly sightings and eerie whispers in the halls. On that fateful night, Adrian began to play her newest composition, a piece no one had ever heard of before. Witnesses say her fingers moved like they were possessed, the melody twisting through the hall as if calling from another realm. What do you think would be going through your mind hearing music that felt otherworldly?
I don't know. I think I'd be okay.
Yeah?
For music. I mean, I listen to the scary music when I do my homework.
You do listen to scary, bloodborne, creepy music.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I heard some otherworldly music, I think I'd be kind of scared. Or I don't know if I would be in a trance or how would I feel, actually.
Yeah.
Like, would you be in a trance if it's otherworldly? Would you be like, what is this? Oh,
I'd be comfortable.
You'd be comfortable? Okay. Do you think there's something supernatural about music that can evoke emotions very strongly?
I believe that there is a method to music that plays a part. Like, you watch a scary movie and the music changes and then your adrenaline gets pumping. Do I think it's supernatural? Not really. I
mean, I feel like different type of music's kind of supernaturally sounding, like orchestra music or instrumental music. It's hard to say, like, oh, did you hear that new T-Pain or something like that? That's it makes you spooky, but I mean, yeah, orchestra music is pretty.
Yeah, I like the cello. I think the cello is a very
sets the
deep
mood
sound, and it could be like scary and haunting.
Yeah, it's very mood setting. Yeah. So after this performance in was it 1933? Yeah. Adrian vanished without a trace, her final haunting notes lingering in the minds of her audience. So, over the centuries, residents were said to disappear. This is at the manors. Mm-hmm. It's like a remorse curse. So it's said to be, over the centuries, residents were said to disappear, and the house was said to drive people to madness. Villagers whispered that the house devoured those who lived there. Very ominous, spooky. The mansion, it was a very ominous architecture, kind of like
Gothic.
Yeah, Gothic type of. I wouldn't
Victorian.
say Winchester, but it's very spooky the way it was designed. It was a labyrinth with like corridors that seemed to change.
Kind of like Winchester.
I just said that.
Oh.
I said kind of like the Winchester. The eerie artwork that adorned the walls, depicting haunting images that some swore moved when observed or unobserved. Sorry, because you're not looking at it.
Side note, sorry. I know how to make a photo that looks like the walls, like the eyes will follow you.
How do you know this?
I don't know. I just know how to do it.
What do you do?
So what you do is you take a photo and then you cut the eyes out, right? You cut the eyes out, but then you keep them and then you put a box behind it, like a paper. So here's the photo, and then you put a box like this, and then you glue the eyes on the inside. So that way, if you look at it from any angle, it looks like it's looking at you.
Oh, yeah, I guess like it says the depth.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Reports of other musicians who stayed at the manor and they said that they felt they can hear music echoing from walls at night as if urging them to play. Other musicians, yeah. Very, very spooky.
Very spooky.
If you were invited to stay in a mansion known to be haunted, would you accept it?
Depends.
I mean, I guess I need to know the end game. Like, why would I go there?
Why
what are you
would
giving me?
Are you gonna, one, is it just ghost? 2, is it a demon? And 3, how much money are you giving me to do this?
Like, am I gonna be famous, or what is the point of it? Am I gonna be on TV?
Yeah.
Is it a documentary?
Are you gonna give me some money?
Yeah, you're
something
gonna give me cash because I'm not gonna go to some spooky place
for the
knowing
fuck of it.
that I might die.
Yeah, just for the
or
fun of
go
it.
crazy. Yeah. Do you think it's possible for a place to hold on to emotions for its former residents?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, last episode we talked about what was it?
Like the energy.
What house was it though that we were talking about? The Amityville.
Yeah, the Amityville
house. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if something bad's there or something bad happens, I guess it can hold some sort of energy that makes you feel a type of way. But in a sense, though, I mean, I guess hauntings in a way are real. People experience things, and I won't take that away from people. But in another sense, your mind is playing a lot of games. It's spinning in your head. You're just like thinking of things that can happen. Yeah.
I definitely agree that your mind and your mental status is going to propel or perpetuate?
Yeah,
perpetuate this experience of scared and being haunted and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So in the days leading up to her disappearance, Adrian reportedly spoke of completing the composition and acting as a vessel. She described it as
a vessel for what?
Yeah, she described it as a invitation into a world unseen.
Hell?
Yeah, I don't understand that, but the way she describes it's pretty unreal. It's very spooky.
That is spooky.
So the mysterious journal. So after Adrian's disappearance, her brother found her journal. Entries described dreams of shadowed figures guiding her to play certain notes and irresistible compulsion to finish she had an irresistible compulsion to finish a piece, saying, "Once I play the final note, I will transcend the world."
Maybe I don't know.
You think she was like possessed by a demon or like an angel or something else?
I don't know. It kind of sounds like she was told, like, hey, you play this song in this certain tone.
Yeah.
It will unlock the gates to hell and a demon can come out.
Yeah, it's
That's what
very.
it sounds like to me.
It's very.
I don't know.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind of creepy.
Is she? There's something wrong with her head. Is she going through something? I mean, to compose music, I feel like you have to have a different type of view on life because you're. I don't know. You're putting together a piece of
you definitely
music.
have to be creative.
Yeah. So your mind's just,
Or maybe she's just making it up to get more famous.
So the journals excerpts. Here are some of the excerpts from the journal. I see him every night now, standing in the corner, watching as I play.
That's creepy.
Yeah. And then here's another one. Oh my God. He is purring like a psychopath. Are you going to introduce him?
This is Mochi. I thought we introduced him already.
I mean, you picked him up, but you might as well do it.
Okay, you want your toy?
Okay, so another excerpt is, the music is no longer mine, it belongs to him. And another one, in the final note lies the doorway.
I feel, you know what it's kind of reminding me of? That one series we watched I watched it, where she's like a witch and then she sees like the demon and the demon like, freaking what? It was, it's based off a book by Anne Rice. I forget what it's called, but yeah, she's like a witch and she can see her demon / deity that she gets her witch powers from. And he that's kind of what it reminds me of. I forget what it's called. It's on Netflix. I watched it.
What is she?
She's a witch.
Oh, is it the one where with the chick from Percy Jackson?
Yeah.
And you said it
was kind of weird.
It got canceled?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, it was kind of weird. But that's what it kind of reminds me of, is that she is seeing this figure, and this figure's feeding her like, do this
True.
type of thing.
Yeah, true that. If you found a loved one's journal with these types of entries, would you be worried and curious?
Yeah. I'd be like, what is going on with you?
Yeah, why aren't you talking to me about these demons inside you right now?
How about you take this little shiny Skittle and eat it?
What?
This is some medication for
okay.
for whatever you're going through right now.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible that Adrian somehow foresaw her own fate in these pages?
I don't know. How did she die?
We don't know. It's a disappearance. Witnesses accounts from the audience. So there's various witness statements from people at Adrian's last performance. Some claim that during her final piece, they saw shadowy figures gathering near the stage. Others felt their own bodies moving involuntary to the rhythm. Witness testimonies range from, I heard whispering, but no one was speaking. I felt like the music was alive, like it was wrapping around me, pulling me in. And another one was, I swear, as she played, her face changed, and it was no longer Adrian's. So,
that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, with that in mind, imagine being in that audience. Would you be fascinated, or would you try to run out the door, or would you just stay there and see what's happening?
I don't know. A part of me would be like, I'm leaving, but then another part of me is like, what is going on? I want to see. I want to know what is going on. But if I knew it had anything to do with the demon, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like it does. It sounds to me, it's not ghosts. It sounds to me like demons.
Yeah. It's something.
It's something.
So do you think collective fear with like multiple people can make a person hallucinate, or there's something truly sinister going on? It reminds me of
Slenderman.
That, and it also reminds me of, but it's a real story. You remember, I can't think of the person's name. I think she was Hispanic, and she was brought into the hospital, and her skin was like, she was extruding, like she was sweating a lot, and it was like producing some garlicky smell. And people in the hospital were getting sick, and they called the people, and I can't think of what it was, but I know what I'm gonna look it up right now. Yeah, lady excreting. How do you spell that? Extruding. Oh, okay.
Extruding.
I got it. Garlic from sweat, in a hospital. I know I'm thinking of something. What it was, and people got sick. Can't remember what it was.
People were afraid.
Man, where's it at? I
don't know.
can't find it. But if you're listening and you know the story I'm talking about, let me know. I know I watched it on like I don't know if it was Forensic Files or if it was like the Ghoul Boys, but it was something. But yeah, I think people in the hospital were like psyching everybody out, and everybody was like making themselves sick because they're thinking about it so much.
Yeah.
But they said like people in like other areas of the hospital were getting sick.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when the only example I can think of is like when you know somebody has lice and then all of a sudden your head is itchy, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's kind of like that knowledge, and JoJo's like, ugh, my head is itchy, or bugs or something.
Yeah. So the silent piano in the final note. The piano Adrian played was found untouched on the stage, with a single note still echoing when it was approached. Some said that the piano hadn't been played since, as anyone who tried to play suddenly felt a shiver down their spine and stopped. So if you were dared to play a piano that, as you just heard, would you try to play it?
Hell no.
You would keep away?
Yes. It might be like a what is it called? Like a possessed object or something. What is it called?
Horcrux?
Yeah, fucking Horcrux. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Horcrux.
Yeah. And then Adrian's brother claimed that when he pressed the final note, he heard a whisper say, "She is with us now."
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of bends your, I don't know, makes you think of things. So do you think that Adrian completed her journey or is somehow still trapped in the house?
She's somewhere. Who knows? Or maybe it's not anything supernatural at all. Maybe she met some person and this person is a actual living thing and corrupted her mind and then red rummed her.
Red rummed her?
Yeah. I don't know if we can say that word.
Dare you say killed?
Yeah.
Dead? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's very interesting. That's scary though.
Yeah. What kind of power do you think music has to possibly bridge worlds like this?
I don't know. I've never heard a story where music was like I said, the key that opened the gates, you know?
True.
It's more like the blood of a virgin or the blood of a baby and
just something that I feel like it's always something that plays in your mind that sounds terrible. Like Sherlock Holmes, for example, where Blackwood was, you know, trying to sacrifice a girl and make him sound crazy, and he would like set up things. And I mean, obviously, it's a story, a movie, but he would set up like traps to make it seem like he caught the dude on fire or does stuff. And it's like all a mind game for maybe something different, maybe not what it's supposed to be, you know? Yeah,
I don't know. Interesting.
So let's explore some possibilities.
Okay.
Now, the possession theory.
Yes. That one is strongly.
Yeah. Did Adrian's music open her up to possession by supernatural entity?
Could be. Sounds like it. Maybe.
Good talk. I mean, the way people explained it, I mean, it could be something else. I mean, I guess when you say otherworldly, it could be, I don't know, like
I gotta hear it. I need like a clip of this piano music.
Then you'll be gone forever.
Yeah, because I'd be listening to some scary music.
Yeah. Could Adrian's final note have been a gateway to another realm?
Maybe. I don't know. First of all, I don't know if I believe in heaven and hell, right? Those are realms to me. But do we believe in like alternate realities and like rips in the dimensions and stuff? I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, that's another theory, is alternate dimension. Could Adrian's final note have been a gateway to another realm? Yeah. You don't believe in alternate realities? I don't
think I believe in alternate realities. I think there's just one reality. It's very straightforward and linear. You have your life. Do I believe in the afterlife? Yes. Do I believe in heaven and hell? Yes.
I mean, we've seen Deadpool, and there was multiple realities.
I don't think that from my own perception and my own thought and mind, I don't think that there's enough energy and enough cosmic power in the universe to have a gajillions of me running around.
Okay.
And you and
Yeah.
of 7 billion people on this earth to have 10, 15, 20, 30 carbon copies of the universe in a different universe.
I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, and here's another theory. The mental health theory. Was Adrian suffering from a delusion brought on by stress and isolation?
It could be that too, you know. She could have been like schizophrenic.
Yeah, do you remember the story of the girl who was possessed and they said they went through like 70 exorcisms on her?
I
she
think
was
so.
super skinny. She died, yeah. I mean, was that mental stress or was that really something crazy? Who knows? I mean,
I don't know.
the mind plays a lot in your...
The mind is very powerful.
Very powerful.
Very, very powerful.
Yeah. Which theory do you think is most likely and why?
Logically speaking, I want to say like the most... Two. I have two. One is that she definitely has some sort of mental health issues going on.
Yeah.
And two is that she met an actual person that like maybe persuaded her, manipulated her into thinking these things and writing these things, and then her.
You gotta remember, this is a disappearance.
I know.
Yeah. So...
But most of the time, disappearances lead to...
Okay.
And they don't find them later.
Yeah. Do you believe
You know
in...
what I mean?
Yeah. Do you believe in otherworldly influences or do you lean towards the psychological explanation?
I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit of both. Sometimes I'm very logical. Sometimes I'm very like, oh my God, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay. So the curse still continues. Years later, musicians attempt to play Adrian's final composition, experiencing strange occurrences. Some say they are haunted by visions, hear disembodied whispers, and see shadowy figures. No one has been able to play the final note without freezing in fear. Do you think it's possible that Adrian's music really left a curse behind?
I don't know. I mean, who knows how curses are made? Maybe.
Or do you think it's...
Do I believe in curses in the first place? I don't know.
Okay. Good. Okay. Would you ever want to try to play the composition just to see what might happen?
I would like someone else to play it.
So you could just witness?
So I can just witness what would happen because I'm curious.
And record it for the
and record it. But I'm going to need like every single spiritual leader on deck.
Yeah.
Just in case.
So in 1990, renovations at Blackwell Manor uncovered a hidden room filled with Adrian's sheet music, her personal items, and a broken piano. On the walls, there was strange symbols with the final note written in her handing, or on the walls in strange symbols. This is what was written on the wall. Written on the wall.
Uh-huh.
It was the final note written in her handwriting repeatedly all over the wall.
Jesus.
If you walked into a room like that, what would be your first thought?
Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah.
Jesus.
I need some Jesus.
We need Jesus in here.
So theories emerged that Adrian may have intentionally locked herself in this room to complete her composition alone. What do you think drove her to such lengths for her music? Was it dedication or something a little darker?
I don't know. This is a hard one because there's so many possibilities that you give me demon. Okay, I got you. But then, you know, like how can you explain the Amityville horror? Yeah, you could. The first instant you can chalk it up to mental health, right? But then everything afterwards is not mental health. It'd have to be some sort of spiritual thing, right?
Yeah.
This one's hard because it could be a lot of things, but is there anything afterwards? You know?
Yeah. So
I don't know.
with her whole disappearance, the haunting melody, and the eerie tale surrounding Blackwell Manor, all that, after hearing, do you think Adrian has crossed into another world, or do you think there's like a more rational explanation? Do you think she's missing? She just disappeared? Or do you think like she really is in another dimension?
I don't know. I need more evidence.
Would you be tempted to visit Blackwell Manor, or does the story make you want to stay away from it?
I would visit it during the day.
during the day?
During the day.
To figure it out?
To figure it out and see. If I could see the room where she's just like scribble all over.
Yeah.
That to me is like mental health, you know?
Yeah.
Mental health. If it was scribble in her blood, then I'd be like, that's a demon.
Yeah. So finally, like, her music is still rumored to be cursed every year, and on the anniversary of her disappearance, her final melody is said to play faintly from Blackwell Manor's piano every day, or every day on her disappearance.
That's
crazy, huh?
That's crazy. That if I would go and during the day, and if I heard her music playing and I knew nobody else was around, then that would make me be more of like supernatural.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got a couple more. I don't know. We'll do one more and see if we have enough time to do another.
Okay.
So this one is the mystery of Blackwater Cove. So
why is everything got black in it? Like,
I mean, it's just spooky.
Spooky.
So, just picture yourself 19th century, okay?
Okay.
Like,
I'm a wench.
Yeah. Atmospheric, like, just, back then.
Uh-huh.
So, there's this place called Blackwater Cove, 19th century coastal village renowned for its dense fog, stormy seas, and unsettling, lingering silence that unnerves newcomers when they come there. So Blackwater Cove, where the locals believe something sinister lives beneath the waters, waiting for the right moment to resurface. It kind of
reminds me of Black Lagoon.
What's that?
Like the super old movie where like it was a lake and like the monster came out of the lake.
I never knew that. This is another place that was plagued by disappearances. There's a lot of disappearances over the years, starting with the mysterious vanishing of a town's lighthouse keeper, Silas Morrow. So the lighthouse keeper's last watch. Silas Morrow's disappearance, it was during that night, it was a violent storm. Mm-hmm. It raged on. He had, I think he was the last or only one there in the lighthouse at the Blackwater Cove, guiding ships through the treacherous waters. Locals claim they saw strange lights emanating from the tower and heard a voice calling out across the waves, though Silas was known to be alone. So if you were in a town, heard strange voices coming from a lighthouse, would you investigate or would you lock your doors and stay inside?
I'd stay my ass away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not. What would you do?
I would stay away.
Yeah.
I'm not about that. What's that? What's that noise?
What is that?
What is that? I'm going to go investigate.
Yeah, I know. Not me.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Other people could do that, not me.
Yeah.
So, do you think Silas was taken by something inhuman? Or was it just a tragic accident? Maybe he fell off the cliff, got washed in the waves.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm all about, I need facts.
Yeah. I mean, despite an extensive search, Silas Morrow was never found. All that remained was his old lantern glowing faintly on the rocky shore.
Interesting.
So the town superstition and their water calls. The town folks of Blackwater Cove are deeply superstitious, believing in the ocean itself harbors a malevolent spirit known as the Keeper of Souls. They say the Keeper lurks in the deepest, darkest parts of the cove, calling to people with a hypnotic voice, luring them into the water where they vanish without a trace.
Like a siren.
Spooky. They're like little scary mermaid people, right?
Yeah. Have you seen that video?
What video?
The video of like this dude, he's like in the middle of the ocean fishing, and then like it's pitch black and the boat is going pretty quick, but then in the distance you see something like going just as fast, and then you hear like wailing, and he's like, what is that sound?
No way.
You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. And then he's just around and he's like, there's something over there that's swimming super hella fast, like it's matching my boat, and then just all this like wailing and moaning around.
Wow,
I don't know if it's fake or not, but it was pretty interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So The keeper is described as being neither living nor dead, with hollow eyes and a skeletal grin. It's rumored to rise on stormy nights when the fog is the thickest. Would you believe in a tale like the Keeper of Souls if you were raised in a town like Blackwater Cove?
I probably would.
Yeah,
to
because
be honest.
they're pushing it all on everybody.
Yeah.
So you would never know if it's fake or real.
Yeah, and you live by the water, and then there's that whole situation of like, is this made up to just scare children, or
Like,
is it based off of
It's like
something?
The Village.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of lores about sirens in different cultures.
Yeah.
Or is it just Rome? I don't know. Is sirens in different cultures?
I don't know. Why do you think small towns tend to have these terrifying legends?
I don't know. That's a very good question. A lot of small towns have like superstitious legends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the Journal of Silas Morrow. Months later, Silas's journal was found washed up on a shore, strangely preserved. Inside were entries describing his growing unease and sleepless nights, feeling watched from the dark waters. The last entry reads, "It calls to me with a voice as old as the sea. I fear I will soon answer."
It's a siren.
It's spooky. That's
It's
what it is.
spooky.
So some of the journal points are, if you were reading with this journal, would you take it serious?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I said, this one has like a little bit of facts, right? There's some siren legend in Rome or in Greece. So to me, this is like,
You don't think it's paranoia?
no, because it could be paranoia, but to me, if there's, like I said in our last episode, you have dragons in Japanese culture and Aztecan culture, which are all the way across the world from each other. So there had to have been a dragon some point in time in the world for them to see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like my facts. And the same thing with sirens, right? There's lore about sirens in different cultures. So to me, this is supernatural.
So do you think the mind plays a part when hearing stories like this?
Maybe. Possibly.
What do you think Silas meant by answering the call? Was he imagining things or was under some kind of spell?
I think he was under some kind of spell and walked into the ocean and never saw again.
Yeah.
Because he got lured by the sirens.
What is this guy doing? Okay. So the fog incident. There was an incident later on known as the fog incident. God, this guy.
Just pick up that.
I'm putting him up there. So there was a town lore. It was known as the fog incident, when thick, unnatural fog rolled in, hung around by Blackwater Cove for a week. During this time, locals reported seeing shadowy figures moving in the mist and hearing eerie whispers coming from the sea. So, here are some theories. Do you think that the fog was just a weather anomaly, and was there something more sinister? What do you think there was something more sinister, or do you think it was just a weather anomaly?
I think it's just the weather. I'm not super educated in supernatural or like entities or powers or whatever like that. But from what I know, no like demon or demon possession or supernatural thing has control over the weather.
Yeah.
So I think the weather itself was just a coincidence.
Have you ever, it gets foggy around here sometimes. Have you ever seen any shadowy figures moving through the fog?
No.
No?
No.
If you were, what would you do? Would you leave the area? Would you just reverse, or would you just continue?
I would get my flashlight and be like...
But you're driving. Or you'd be walking, huh?
I thought I was walking.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, if you just seen it anywhere.
If I saw it in the car, I'm going to my destination.
You're just
like,
going.
whatever.
Yeah.
There must be another car over there, you know?
Yeah. So after this weather anomaly that you said, 3 fishermen went missing, and their boats were found empty, floating near the shore with scratches along the sides that looked like claw marks.
Oh, yeah, that's spooky.
It's spooky, huh?
See, the one thing I think also plays is that we haven't discovered everything in the ocean.
Yeah.
And the ocean is big. And there's probably a million bajillion different things that we haven't discovered. And who knows, maybe there is sirens or some creature down there that looks like a mermaid but wants to eat you.
Yeah, very spooky. So,
Yeah.
the innkeeper's warning. So, The innkeeper, Mrs. Calloway, she warns visitors against staying in town during stormy nights. She claims to have once seen the keeper herself, emerging from the waves with hollow eyes. Those who ignore her advice, she says, often don't make it through the night. So, some of the warnings, would you be afraid of it if she was saying, or if you were staying at Blackwater Cove and the innkeeper warned you not to go near the water at night? Would you listen to her?
Hell yeah, I would. I'd be like, you know what? If you grew up here and you know everything about this damn little town and I'm just visiting and you're going to tell me, look, bro, you can't go through the water at night, I'd be like, yeah. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
You don't think the innkeeper's just saying this to keep the legend alive?
Or even maybe that, but like you said, why is it that little towns have these legends in the first place? And like I said, the water, we haven't discovered anything in the water. There's a little bit of facts of sirens all over lore. And this lady's like, no, don't do it. I'm not going to do it. To me, this is more supernatural than the first one was a little like, who knows, you know?
Yeah. One of her pieces of advice for anybody that hears the keeper's voice, she says they must cover their ears and look away as meeting its gaze is said to steal your soul.
That's spooky.
That's very spooky. Yeah, I think it's like an old innkeeper lady saying this stuff. Yeah. So the discovery at the Sunken Chapel. During an exponential low tide, locals discovered the remnants of a chapel submerged beneath the cove, believed to be centuries old. Inside the chapel was a stone altar with inscriptions that seemed to worship a dark, water-bound deity.
It's Azali.
What is it?
I said it's Azali.
Oh, it was Azali.
Yeah.
What's she saying? Oh, she sent us a TikTok. Yeah, some think the chapel is where the keeper of souls originated, and that it has been calling the townsfolk back ever since to reclaim its followers. Would you dare to explore this sunken chapel that they found, especially the one tied to a malevolent legend? Why can't I say that word?
No, I would not.
No,
I would not.
Okay.
Because back in the day, like, again, I don't know if this is fact. Don't believe everything I say. This is not based off of any historical facts.
Yeah.
But back in the day, by my understanding and my thought process is that there were people who worshipped not the best deities.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I believe it.
Why do you think a place of worship for the keeper of souls would be hidden underwater?
Because the earth changes and the tide.
Cthulhu
ate it.
Yeah. Okay. So the return of
Cthulhu went into hiding.
The return of Silas Morrow. On the anniversary of his disappearance, a man appeared at the ledge of the cove, looking haggard and lost. It was Silas Morrow, but he spoke in a voice that was not his own, saying, "The keeper of souls rises again. Run while you can."
That's creepy.
Yeah.
I'd be out.
If you saw,
like, you okay, Silas? Bye.
If you saw someone return from the dead, how would you react? Do you think it was actually him who returned, or do you think it was just a person acting like him, or an empty vessel? Or
first of all, if somebody came back from the dead and walked in front of me, I'm running down to my kitchen, getting my holy water, and I'm spraying you. Like,
yeah.
What do they say?
What?
The power of Christ compels you.
Oh yeah. So Silas collapsed moments later, his body dissolving into seawater before their eyes, leaving behind only his lantern. That's
creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's very crazy.
I should make like a video game or an article about this because this is scary.
Yeah, in a part of a cove known as Weeper's Shore, unmarked graves were discovered by townsfolk. It was rumored that these graves held the bodies of those who heard the keeper's call and tried to leave Blackwater Cove. Why do you think people who hear the keeper's call never manage to leave?
I don't know.
Do you think it's just a voice that keeps you here? Or it wants you in the town?
Yeah.
These little town legends?
It's kind of like, I don't have a good example for it, but it's kind of...
Silent Hill.
No, I was going to say, the only example that comes to mind is like Terminator. Once you're in their sight, he's not leaving and he's going to make you mine or make you his.
So if you were in this town, would you dig further into investigating or you would escape? You'd be out?
I would leave.
Yeah. So some say the graves are empty, their souls claimed by the keepers by the keeper as part of his internal congregation.
Quest for damnation.
Ah, no.
His internal. He feeds them to Cthulhu. I don't know.
1 second. My computer is acting weird, so I can't read. But yeah, it's kind of insane that something like this would be, dare I say, I don't know. It's mine. What do you say? Not
boggling.
Boggling.
Mind boggling.
Yeah.
Well, while you're fixing your computer.
No, I'm here.
Oh, I was gonna say, remember I told you the Microsoft Edge, you get points.
Yeah.
And my points are about to expire. I got an $13 Amazon gift card. They sent me the email and it didn't work.
It's fake.
It's like, you bitches.
It's fake news. So
I was gonna buy myself another book.
Yeah. So the final storm. A massive storm hit Blackwater Cove, mirroring the one on the night of Silas's disappearance. Strange lights were seen again from the lighthouse, but this time people also saw the keeper itself, a shadowy skeletal figure on the shore, seemingly beckoning to them. Would you try to move up to this thing closely, or would you just, I'm out?
I'm out.
You would run and hide?
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Do you think this storm was just of nature, or was it summoned by something dark and powerful? Or do you think, again, the people are just making this up? Because the story is the storm lasted 3 days, and afterwards more residents were gone, leaving only eerie claw marks on their doors.
God, the claw marks is the ones that get me. Like, who would put claw marks on somebody's door?
Yeah, it's pretty good. What are you doing?
I'm trying to look up sirens and what they look like. How do you spell sirens?
SIRENS.
Oh, I was spelling it with a Y.
Oh my gosh. So the disappearance of Blackwater Cove. So the final part of this was a particular violent storm. Mm-hmm. A group arrived at Blackwater Cove to find it abandoned. There was no trace of its inhabitants, and eerie marks covered the shore as though something large had clawed its way out of the sea. Do you think the town was claimed by the keeper, or did the townsfolk finally find a way to escape? Or do you think that they put claw marks and everything on the shore and on the doors, or did something like that?
If something there had to be something that made the whole town fucking leave or die.
Yeah.
Something supernatural or what am I trying to say? Something supernatural or something biological.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
because you got those old folks that's like, I've been here my whole life, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
So
the legend claims that Blackwater Cove appears only on mist nights, and if you're unlucky enough to find it, you may just hear the keeper's voice calling you to join him forever. And that was the final piece.
That's creepy.
So we have 20 minutes. I'll do another one.
What do you think
about it?
Yeah.
It's a very compelling story. It's very, I don't know, makes you think.
Yeah. It's scary. I think that this story would make for a very good movie or a very good video game.
It makes your mind think.
Scary.
It makes your mind think when you hear things like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this one is The Vanishing of Willow's End Manor.
The whole manor just fucking disappeared.
Yep. So this is about a remote English countryside in the early 1900s. Dense fog shrouding the mysterious estate of Willow's End Manor. The manor has been abandoned for decades, yet it's infamous among locals as the House of Vanishings. Each family that's resided there mysteriously disappeared without a trace, leaving only unsettling clues behind. So, have you ever been anywhere where you just felt it didn't feel right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's I asked you guys last episode too. Some places just give you the heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. You gotta listen to the heebie-jeebies.
What do you think what do you think about, or what it is about old abandoned houses that make them so eerie?
I don't know, to be honest. Maybe this is where your mind comes into play, right? It's old, it's abandoned, it's decrepit. Because it's in this state, then something bad must have happened to allow it to be this state, because if not, somebody would have taken care of it.
Yeah.
I think that's where your mind comes into play.
So, I think it's maybe just the sounds, the creaks,
Well, our house has creaks.
Not like wood, like old wood, like creaking doors. Like, I can't even do a sound effect right now, but So it's said that Willow's End is a curse, a place where a boundary between the living and the dead is usually thin. Many have tried to solve its mystery, but none have returned to tell the tale. So the first disappearance, this story begins with the initial owners, the wealthy Ashford family, who moved to Willow's End in 1862. They were known to host extravagant parties, filling the house with life and laughter. Then one fateful night, the entire family vanished. When town folks investigated, they found the dinner table set with untouched food, music playing from an empty gramophone, and a single word scrawled or scratched on the wall, returned.
It's kind of like, what's that one settlement? Ragnarok. No, not Ragnarok.
Something Noah, or are you talking about the Indian tribe? Or no?
Not the Indian tribe.
I thought you were talking about the one where
Roanoke.
Yeah, that's the Indian tribe where it's like the whole village disappears.
I don't think that it was Indian. It was
not Indian. It was
English
like a tribe
settlement.
Yeah.
And then they all
and it was written on the tree where it said Cronoa or whatever.
Yeah,
on it.
Croatoan or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But then everything just vanished. Everybody just vanished.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's a crazy story.
Who knows what happened to them too?
Who knows if it's real?
Who knows? I don't know.
Because I mean, they said they found a map.
They
found a map, and they realized like a piece of the map was patched over or something.
It turned into the village from M. Night Shyamalan.
Did it really?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying that's what happened to their settlement. They still live in it. It's just gone from the map.
So the only remaining clue was a locked diary belonging to Lady Ashford, left behind in the attic. Its pages filled with frantic scribblings about voices coming from the walls. So, the curse of Willow's End. Over the years, several other families moved into the manor, and each time the same pattern repeated until the night of their disappearance. They would hear strange noises, feel invisible hands on their shoulders, and catch glimpses of shadowy figures at the end of hallways. The townfolk began to say that the house was cursed, whispering that it held a doorway to another realm. Those who lived there were taken back by whatever dark force claimed the house. Do you believe a place could be cursed or haunted like this? Would you ever live in a place that was known for having a history of strange disappearances?
Yes, I believe that a place could be haunted and cursed, and no, I would not live in that place. Like, if I knew, hell no, I wouldn't. Side note, real quick, my mom told me this story, right? So my mom, before she died, she dated this man named Alex, right? Uncle Alex.
Okay.
And in the middle of the night, or not in the middle of the night, but like just laying in bed, whatever, he would put his hand on like her thigh and like squeeze, and like tickle, like normal people do sometimes.
Yeah.
And he died. So he died. It was actually pretty traumatic. Like, they got into a fight. My mom got in the car to drive off. He jumped on top of the hood of the car, and it was raining. And then she like took a curve, and like her car flipped over, and he flew and hit his head on the stop sign, and he passed away. And yeah, I remember like seeing her with her like broken ribs and stuff. Anyways,
that's crazy.
Yeah, he passed away. And then she told me that a couple months later, she was asleep and she felt that hand on her thigh, and she's like, what the fuck,
Oh, that's crazy.
And the next day she had like a hand bruise on her thigh. Isn't that crazy?
No, that's really crazy.
You mentioning like the invisible hands reminded me of the story. I don't know if she told me the story when I was a kid just to scare the shit out of me, or if it was real or not. Who knows?
So there's a local legend that has claimed, or that each family, a local legend claims that each family was marked before they vanished with a strange birthmark resembling a doorway appearing on their skin shortly before they disappeared.
Like, what do you mean a doorway? Like just a square?
Yeah, like maybe a square, maybe with like a jar door.
With like a little door handle.
Like,
like
why does that
circle?
look like a little door handle? Like, what is that? So, the seance of Madame Verity.
This is already a bad idea.
Yeah, desperate to uncover the truth, the townspeople hired Madame Verity, a well-known medium, to conduct a seance in Willow's End Manor. According to those present, as soon as she began, her demeanor changed. She whispered cryptic warnings in an unfamiliar voice, saying, "They seek what was taken," and then fell silent. Moments later, she screamed and fainted, only to disappear herself the following night.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty spooky.
That's spooky.
Would you ever participate in a seance in a
Hell
place
no.
with a dark history? Nothing?
No. Nope.
Even with a happy history,
Nope.
huh?
Nope.
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 Do you think mediums can genuinely connect with the spirit world, or is it just superstition?
I think that there's some people who are more in tune with it, and what am I trying to say? I feel like there are some people who are more in tune to the supernatural and who can like feel presence and see ghosts and stuff like that, especially the kids, because I have so many stories of my little niece. I mean, not my little niece, my little cousins. Do I think that a person can actually talk and communicate with spirits? No. Mm-hmm. I don't think communication is a thing, like where I can have a conversation with you, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't think that's accurate or real.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm messaging as. After the seance, strange symbols appeared on the walls. Symbols no one recognized yet. They seemed to pulse with an eerie light with the when the moon was full. Yeah. So
it's a werewolf.
So the discovery of a hidden room. Years passed, and Willow's End Manor fell into disrepair. One night, a group of curious villagers ventured into the house, probably a bunch of kids,
Mm-hmm.
And while exploring the basement, they found a hidden room within the walls lined in mirrors. Mm. In the center was an old, rotting book bound in what appeared to be human skin.
No.
If you found a hidden room with mirrors and an eerie book, would you even open it?
I would not even take a step through the threshold. Mirrors themselves are supernatural
things.
Like, what did I always tell you?
What?
Like, didn't I always tell you about the mirrors? Like I don't go up to every mirror and like, oh my God, I'm so scared, right? But I don't know where I heard it from, but I've always felt and known that mirrors are not great. Mirrors can, one, trap your soul inside of it, or they're a doorway to something else.
Yeah.
And you should never, ever, ever, ever sleep with a mirror in front of you.
Yeah.
Because that's the easiest way for your soul
to get
trapped inside of it.
So, what was that one movie where they had the book and it was like covered in human skin? The guy opened it and he fucking read it. What was it called? Remember the guy and
the only book with human skin that's bringing to mind is Baldur's Gate 3.
No. It was a movie, and Leslie told us to watch it. It wasn't Day of the Dead. It was something.
The Evil Dead?
Evil Dead, yeah, the second one. The second one. Remember the white guy found a book and it was like covered in skin.
Yeah.
Just leave shit like that alone.
Inside the parking garage or something.
No. The first one, where they're in the cabin and the guy found it. Remember the dog?
Yeah.
And they were in the very beginning. They were chasing the daughter. Yeah.
The Evil Dead Rising is the one where the kid finds it like after an earthquake in the parking garage or something like that.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Opening the book revealed unsettling entries from Lady Ashford, detailing how she had become obsessed with mirrors, believing they were portals to the other side. Her last entry hinted that the mirrors could reveal the lost ones if the right incantation was spoken. What are you doing over there?
I'm Googling if mirrors are bad luck.
Oh. So are you spooked from these stories?
I'm a little spooked, but I'm not like gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight.
It's crazy what your mind thinks about when you hear stuff like this. So, the return of the lost souls. On a misty night, as the townfolk gathered to discuss the mystery of Willow's End, figures began emerging from the shadows, people dressed in clothes from different eras. Some believed these were lost residents from Willow's End, trapped in the manor's curse, and returning only on certain nights when the veil between worlds were thin.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The townfolks who saw the lost souls, quote unquote, described them as having empty, soulless eyes, as though they were shadows of who they were before.
Like they're missing their
Soul.
their soul on the inside.
Yep. So the final visitors, in an effort to break the curse, a renowned historian named Dr. Evelyn Graves decided to spend the night in Willow's End. Before dawn, she was seen standing at the window, her face pale and expressionless. When visitors went to check on her in the house in the morning, she was gone, leaving behind only a letter that read, "We are bound to what we could not finish." What do you think Dr. Graves meant by bound to what we could not finish?
I don't know. You couldn't finish your medicine.
Yeah.
Your medication for your...
Some believe Dr. Graves became a part of the curse, bound to the house alongside all who had vanished before her.
That's creepy. I don't like this story.
You didn't like the last one either.
Because it's so creepy.
So, the revelation of the mirrors. Returning to the hidden room, locals examined the mirrors more closely. A few dared to touch them, and some even said they felt a cold hand pulling them into the glass. One brave soul shattered a mirror, revealing a passageway that led deeper into the manor's foundation. Okay. So, like, it was hidden behind the mirror.
Hidden behind a mirror. Okay.
Inside the hidden passage, they found more bones, all marked with the same doorway-shaped birthmark. Do you think breaking the mirrors was wise? Why do you think mirrors are often used as portals in ghost stories?
I don't know, but I looked at it real quick, and it says in Jewish folklore, it is commonplace to cover all the mirrors in a home after the death of a loved one. This belief is that until a body is buried, the soul of the deceased person can become trapped in an uncovered mirror.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because it can be used to trap your soul.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know what happens if you shadow a mirror with a soul inside. I don't know.
Hey,
maybe does that soul get lost forever?
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know.
The final disappearance. So as they reached the end of this passageway, they found a diary from Lady Ashford detailing a ritual to summon the lost souls back from the darkness, but there was a warning. Once the door is opened, it cannot be closed. The diary also revealed that Lady Ashford attempted the ritual on herself, becoming bound to the manor forever.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Would you try a ritual like this to solve a mystery?
Fucking no.
Do you think her obsession doomed her and the residents of Willow's End?
Yes.
It's pretty crazy.
Curiosity killed the cat.
It did.
It killed the cat. It says right here, in Eastern belief, it's believed that mirrors can act as portals for malevolent spirits or entities to enter the human realm. Mm-hmm. And sleeping with a mirror facing the bed is thought to make one more susceptible to nightmares, sleep paralysis, and even possession.
Yeah.
Just saying. So the whole mirror facing your bed when you're asleep is a bad idea.
So there's the unsolved curse. So Willow's End Manor stands vacant. They got townsfolk occasionally seeing ghostly faces in the windows. They avoid the house. They now know it's the place of no return. Some say the curse remains unbroken and that anyone who stays too long will become a part of the manor's dark legacy. All that happened. Do you believe places like this hold onto energy of those who once lived? Would you spend the night in a place like Willow's End Manor if it kept possibly uncovering the truth?
No.
Somebody
else can uncover the truth. Get the Ryan Gabera and Sean Bidet.
Yeah, the boys, the Ghoul Boys.
The Ghoul Boys to do it.
Yeah,
then they can do an episode, and then I'll watch it.
What do you think it's about? Like when you hear stories, does it make you unnerved when you hear stuff like this? Does it make your mind race? You think it's crazy if something like this is existing? Yeah,
I just think it's... First of all these stories were way back in the day, 1800s, right?
I mean, Yeah.
What if all those 1800 peoples were just bored?
Yeah.
Who knows? Right? But like I said, that's why I want to see it. I want to see the Room of Mirrors. I want to see the Willow's Inn Manor. I Googled it and I can't find it.
Yeah.
Is there an old photo? Is there a drawing?
Yeah, who knows?
What happened to it? Yeah. And I think it's that aspect of where to go. Nobody ever saw it.
Yeah.
That makes it like, this is creepy.
Some say that not all mysteries are meant to be solved.
Yeah.
And some places and people are better left to their shadows.
Yeah.
But what if I told you I made up all three of these stories?
I kind of had a feeling that you had them made up. That's why I kind of was like, I don't know how I feel about these because like I said, I googled it and I can't find it.
I hate that you do that. You need to stop doing that shit. Like if
I am logical. I want facts.
No, but if I'm telling you something, you can't just go through it and be like, okay, I need evidence. I need to look up this stuff. I need to know the research.
I need evidence.
All three of these stories I came up with.
You mean your friend came up with?
Yeah. But they were pretty good though, huh?
They were pretty good. The siren one is the one that I believe the most.
With the scratching?
Yeah, the scratching and the sirens and the water. But like the last one, I was just like, I don't know.
I mean, they all were
spooky.
They all kind of sound kind of good too. Like they sound like real. I think the one involving the water just sounds more real because it's
more realistic.
It involves like, I don't know what it is about water, but water just makes everything.
Don't like water.
I don't like water.
And like it's because we haven't explored the whole fucking ocean.
Yeah.
Who knows what's down there, right?
Yeah, but they were all made up. I was thinking about doing another thing, but I was like, you know what? I kind of want to like do an interactive thing, and then I was like, you know what? I want to just see if I can get her thinking that some of these are real. I mean, who knows if the listeners listen all the way through? If they don't, then they don't know it's real.
What if they turn it off because like this is spooky?
Yeah, but if they listen all the way through, they know it's not real. It was all made up.
Yeah. See, I'm very logical. Yeah. I need like from the get go. I was like, I need facts. Yeah. I need facts. I need to see it. I need I need facts to make my conclusion.
It was a good story.
Yeah, they were good though.
Yeah,
they were good. I wonder if Aslee's gonna listen to this episode.
I told her I was like, I'm telling her some fake stories and getting her all spooked.
You should have just.
No, she said she's gonna listen to it all so she could see your reaction.
Listen.
Yeah, so
my reaction wasn't that bad. I was just like,
because you're fucking cheating and you're looking up.
I wasn't cheating until the very end.
No,
right now
you're googling like stuff. I don't know.
I googled. The only thing else that I googled was what sirens look like because I wanted to see if it matched the description that you were giving me, but I couldn't find anything. And then I googled the Willows in Manor because you had said that it's still there, and I wanted to know if it's still there.
I said the other one was still there too.
Which one?
The very first one, the black. What was the first one? I forgot.
Oh well, I didn't pick up on that then. But the third one, I picked up that like the building still existed, right? So I wanted to see it. I wanted to like see the building and what it looked like and get my facts and evidence before I started getting all crazy scared. Was I scared? Not really. Was I a little creeped out? Yeah, it was a little creepy.
There was another one I was going to tell you. It was like the Eldritch, but it was like more of an interactive story, like me and you playing a game. Maybe I'll do another interactive one. Some of the people said they liked it.
The one where like we had to pick.
Yeah, make our choices and stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
maybe we'll do like a long one.
Yeah,
maybe we should do one like
a continuous one.
No, not a continuous one, but like all three of us, like you don't even know the story.
Maybe when we have a guest, I'll do one and everybody can.
When we have a guest, it's all about them, not about interactive. But listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying listening. We should have our friend start it, but not give us the options, but not tell us the next step. So all three of us can be like, oh, what should we do? Instead of just me and Az.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And then you type it in and then you read what it says.
Yeah, but that one, the first one was called the piano, the mystery.
Oh yeah,
of
the piano
Adrian
one
Blackwell.
I wasn't into because like I've never heard that music. If you play music in a correct way, it's gonna summon.
Yeah.
Open the doors.
Yeah,
to
I guess
hell
the second one was more spooky.
The first one I was kind of like, what?
The
whatever.
Blackwater Cove.
The water one was more.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt saying Blackwater Cove.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just have podcast mics on it now. Blackwater Cove. Yeah, that's all. And then next week I think we'll have Az back.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see if I can get John to come. If not, I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you wanna end us out now? Or you wanna go?
You can do it. You never do anything. I always intro and Az always exits out.
What did she say? She's like,
this has been another episode of Chronicles with me, Az Ali.
Okay, yeah. So this has been another episode of Co-op Chronicles with me, Black Label, and Pint-Sized Geisha. And I guess we'll see you next week.
See you next time. Bye.
We gather round the mic, tales of nights and dice, gaming when worlds collide. Hobbies come alive Easily engaged to chat. Black labels where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join a ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes. Lo-fi beats, they flow as we share what we know. D&D and gaming talk, every journey we embark. Laughs and fun, now that's the plan in our little podcast clan. Women leading through the air, join us if you dare. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes.